Okay, so let's go for the fun bit. So basically we have a helmet control. So we can just slide it around and it will open and close. And I have something similar for the wings. So if you just slide them, the wings will fold and close. To start, let's start on how we create this control. So basically if I go here, this control is the type float. I'm changing it to be next value. So here in red indicates the axis. So I want it to move this direction. I want it to be animatable. I want to draw limits. So basically my minimum is 0 and my maximum is 1. Um, and that's it really. You can change the style, the colors and everything. I just kept it like that. And then I'm also placing it under the neck group because I want it to follow in case I move, in case I move the neck. Oops. Yeah, in case I move the neck, it will be part of this movement, so it will always kind of stay where it should be. So how I've done that, the helmet, it contains 2 joints. So it is skinned to 2 joints. Let me select them here. Helmet. Yeah, so I have 1 joint here and 1 joint here. Basically, it's 2 parts of the helmet. So the front one and the back one are 2 different skins and 2 different joints. So what I'm doing for that is that I want to rotate the joint, right? So the main thing is set rotation to the bone. And I just want to rotate these 2 bones and then that will close. And I want to rotate them in just one axis, which I know which is x-axis. So basically I just want to rotate them in x-axis and that will make it close. But if I just do that as a straightforward thing, they actually have different timings to close. So if you see, the front one actually needs to rotate more than the back one. So like when it's here, the back one is kind of almost slows down and the front one continues. So the way I've done this is that I used evaluate curve. So I'm getting the control, which is this one, and I'm getting its value. So if it's 0, I want it to pass the information to be 70. That is because 70 is the initial position. So if I change it to here to 0, you see that it disappears. If I change to 150, it's kind of halfway there. So I know that the initial position should be 70. And I'm saying that 1 is 1. So when this controller is in 1, I want the position to be 255. Again, that's just testing. I could start 180. Oh no, need a bit more, need a bit more. And then, yeah, okay, this looks fine. So then I'm getting the result of this curve, passing to a firm rotator in the X value. And then the result I'm attaching to the rotation here of the bone. I'm doing the same with the other one. So as I said, the other one, the starting position is on 80. Again, if I change this to 0, you see that it will actually flip to this other side. So 80 here, but then I want it to, when it's being 1, I want it to be 170. If I change here to 120, you see that it's not rotating enough. So I want it to be 170. So then now it closes perfectly. And then this is quite similar to what I've done with the wings as well. So for each of the wings, I have a control. Again, they are under the arm group, because if I move the arm, I want the control to actually move as well. I think it's a bit easier to know where the control is. And then if I go from 0 to 1, I get a movement. So actually, let's go to the, yeah, this is the left one. So it's the same thing. I have 2 joints on these wings. Let me just show. Yeah, here. Bone. So yeah, I have 1 bone here, left wing 1 and left wing 2, which skin this part, and left wing 1 skin this part. It's exactly the same idea. So I'm getting the control, I'm getting the float value. In this case, they both start on position 0, so that was easier. And then I've done something actually different. So for the first joint, which is this one, I want it to just rotate. So let me disconnect this one, and then you see that it's just a rotation. So it rotates and it propagates to children. So if I uncheck this, it's just this one rotating, but actually because I propagate to children, both of them just rotate on Z axis. And the position is minus 90 when I get into the end. But then now I want this one to actually slide and then they all rotate. So I want this part to translate. So I'm using an offset transform, and I'm offsetting the left wing 2 joint, and I'm offsetting the X axis. So I'm saying that when this is 0, okay, the position is 0, the offset is 0. But when the position is 1, I want the offset to be 4, which is fully closed. Let me just connect this one here so we can see just this one working. Yeah, that's what I want. But because I have curves, I can actually work a little bit more in this movement. So what I've done here is that instead of both of them working at the same time, I am editing this curve. So I edit in a way that when the value is 0.6, is actually it speeds up and then it slows down the movement of the closing. So it speeds up, and then when it starts rotating, it slows down until it fully closes. And it's when the top part rotates. Let me move this around so then it's easier to understand. So if I place it like this, it would quickly close and then rotates. You see? So if I place, I don't know, like here, it would take a long time. It is still open, and then you just close here in the end. So that's the cool thing of working with curves, is that you can make these editors, and yeah, I think it gives a really nice feeling. Let me just copy this. You can just copy and paste curves, is pretty simple. Just because I played with the values and then now they are not working. So if I rotate this in here, I think it needs to be -4 in this case. Oops. I'm connected. So, no, it was it was 4. There you go. So that's the wings working. And they are literally the last thing that I'm passing on this rig.